SEER-3D works with step files. Locate and import a step file to start an estimate. As the part is imported, all surface types, geometries and part volumes are analyzed. After it's imported, select a manufacturing environment relative to the part that you need a machining estimate for. Manufacturing environments are customizable. They can be part, material, machine, or location specific. They predefine the starting conditions for the basis of estimate. You can learn how to modify and create manufacturing environments from the Help file option. Once the manufacturing environment is selected, enter a quantity, how many you're going to make, and then the estimate is built up of the rough operations, surface finish operations, holes and countersinks. At this point you can just go ahead and click export, and this will generate your estimate. SEER will open with the initial part estimate, which you can work within SEER as you normally would. All the machining operations are listed, all the process specific details all listed down, populated from the SEER-3D application. You can see all the operations listed in the reports, operation list, and all the other process data that you've included, such as finishing, they're all listed here, all directly from SEER-3D. So let's review the data that goes into generating the estimate. We'll start from general settings. The material origin selection sets the starting condition for rough machining operations. You can choose raw stock, forging, die casting, sand casting, or investment casting. I'll leave it on raw stock. Choose the material type you need. I'm going to alloy steels. The raw shape properties, these define the starting volume and volume to be removed for rough machining operations. There are different types: irregular machining, round solid, round tube, irregular turning. The show stock outline, this gives you a visual representation of the stock outline. The raw shape properties, these show things like the part volume, the raw stock weight, finished part volume and surface areas. In the additional options, you can turn these off or on. They include things like deburring, exclude or include forging or casting estimates, tooling and finishing. The rough operations, these show the volume to be removed and the operations that you're including or excluding to remove that rough machining volume. The surface finish operations, these group all the surfaces by their types. Like, for example, flat face milled, flat side milled, curve milled, circular milled, etc. Each group of surfaces lists all the faces that make up that particular, that will be machined with that particular profile for machining. The default tolerance is set with the manufacturing environment, but you can change this if required. Higher tolerance levels are associated to include additional high tolerance operations such as surface grinding, lapping, honing, etc. You can turn off entire surface groups or individual faces that go into that group if you don't want those to be machined or included in the estimate. You can reclassify surfaces by dragging and dropping, so we could move these surfaces over to the flat side mill group, or we could right click and reclassify surfaces this way, so they'll be estimated according to those new classified groupings. Holes and countersinks are grouped by their diameters, their types, and the depths of those holes. So they're all grouped together by likeness. You can save any changes you make in a session file, XML session file and then later reload that. In the options, you can browse to a new set of manufacturing environments that may be shared on a network. You can work in units that you prefer to see or work in, like metric or imperial, generally inches or millimeters. And SEER-3D works on both turned and machined parts. So next I'll show you what it looks like on a turned part. So let's open one up. So again, we start by selecting the environment. We enter how many we're going to make. And if needed, we can update the default settings from that environment to something different. I'll choose die casting in this case. And then we'll look at the rough operations. So now we see we have turn rough operations, bore rough, and milling for the flat surfaces and curved surfaces in this part that can't be turned. On the surface finish tab, we still have milling surfaces, but now we have turn diameter surfaces, which are those that make up that turn diameter. They're grouped by their diameters. We have turned form and face surfaces, as well as milling and profiling and fillets and so on. And again, we have the holes and countersinks grouped by their diameters, depths, and type of holes. Click export when we're ready, and that will generate the estimates, which will be ready to review. All the processes and operations that we've included from SEER-3D are listed here, so we can review all the inputs and data for each of those elements in the estimate. All the finishing operations, we can see what they look like. And we have a long list of all the finishing operations, the volume, turning, rough turning, boring, finishing diameter, faces, forms, bore diameter, and so on. And finishing operations that are part of your environment are listed also. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. For more information about SEER-3D or any of our other amazing estimating products, please contact Galarath Incorporated. Thank you.